last night on Fox, snagging 4 interceptions and allowing just 165 total yards on their way to a 25-0 victory. New England won its 5th straight game to keep the pressure on the rest of the AFC, where no team is running away as the favorite to reach the Super Bowl. So, Shannon, what are the odds of a Tom Brady against Bill Belichick Super Bowl?
Skip, look, we've seen that before. We saw a situation where, was it the Raiders in Tampa? John Gruden leaves one year, and then his former team faces him the following season.
I was there because I was covering the Raiders.
In '98, Dan Reed was our former coach in Denver. He's at Atlanta. We get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But Skip, this would be too Hollywood. This would be too Hollywood.
Talk about clash of the Titans.
Skip, I'm gonna say 5%. I'm going to say 5%.
Well, the way you've been talking, I think you're suddenly giving Belichick a better chance to get there than you're giving Brady.
There you have it. Now, I did pick the Bucs to represent the NFC. But from the beginning, Skip, I saw things, even opening night against the Cowboys. I said, Skip, I don't know. That don't look like the same defense that we saw the last 2 months of the season.
Yep.
And I haven't seen it. Against some bad teams, Skip, yeah, they put up some big. But when we see them, what happened with Washington and what happened with the Rams and some of these other teams, you're like, it causes you some concern. Now, Skip, I don't want to put a whole lot of stock in last night because I told you, Skip, the Falcons are bad. And I'm glad you got an opportunity. I'm glad the world got an opportunity to see because you said Dallas held Matt Ryan to 1 of 11.
Yep.
Well, they held him for 2 of 11, and he didn't have 200 yards of total offense last night. And they threw 4. They had 4 interceptions. So for me,
just 2 by him, because then the 2 backups came in and they threw interceptions.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I'm gonna give you a chance. Go in there, Rosen. And he throws the pick 6.
You're out.
He said, you out, and then he comes in like. Arthur Smith said, you know what? I should have followed in my daddy's footsteps. I could have been sitting pretty right now.
Okay.
But look, he's got him playing. Coach Belichick has the New England Patriots playing really well, and we know this about his teams. His teams always get better. Late October, heading into November, heading into December, is that when they start playing their best football. That's normally how. Now, obviously, we've seen them have teams, Skip, where obviously they played their best football the whole year because they went undefeated. We've seen some of these 14-2 teams, and they play well all year. But typically, when you hit November and you start to go towards December, he likes to believe this is where the really good teams separate themselves. He says, look, I'm not a fast horse, I'm a steady horse. So I just want to steadily build because normally fast horses don't run fast long. Coach Belichick says, you know what? I'll be slow and steady. We'll just get better and better and better. And you see what he's doing, Skip. He's trying to win football games like he did early in Tom Brady's career before Tom Brady became Tom Brady, the guy that we see right now that could go win your football game. I'm going to play outstanding defense. They're playing very good defense. They rush the passer better than you think. Matthew Judon.
Well, he's just the best pickup of the offseason.
He might be the best free agent. And now, guess what, Skip? They bring Kyle Van Noy back. Miami said, no, we gave you a year, you gave your money.
I know, but you know how that goes. Jamie Collins, they just fit with Belichick.
Right. Okay. They never have the success away from New England that they have with New England. Now Kyle Van Noy is getting to the quarterback. Those D linemen, even though they're 2-gap, are getting pressure on the interior. And outside, those guys, J.C. Jackson, Skip, he's right there with Trayvon. The ball goes up in the air, and it's in his area. Oh, he's going to get it.
I agree.
He's going to get it. And now you look at Mac Jones. Skip, they're not going to let him throw the ball down the field. I think he might have had 2 throws over 15 yards. Everything is right there around the field because I'm not going to let you 22 or 26. He barely, 200 yards? 207. So it tells me I'm not pushing the ball down the field. I'm not going to let you put us in harm's way. I'm not going to allow you to have our defense to have to play a short field. We're going to play outstanding defense, and we're going to try to get some points offensively. But if we don't, we're going to punt the ball, pin you down, and you take your chance of driving the ball 80, 90 yards against us. We don't believe you can. Skip, they're sitting up pretty well. They're number 2 in scoring defense. They're 4th in total defense. Now, we know one thing about Coach Belichick. He can coach defense. As long as his offense does not put that defense in harm's way,
I agree.
They're going to be in. But we're going to find out a lot more about this team in the next month.
Yep.
2 games. They got 2 games with Buffalo.
They do.
They got a game Sunday with the Titans.
They do.
And they got the following Sunday. And they got Indy. So we're going to find out. Skip, if they come out of this 3-1, they're going to put the whole AFC, they're going to put the NFL on notice. If they can come out 2 games against Buffalo, the Titans, and Indy with 3-1.
Okay, Mr. Sharp, as big a Belichick fan as you are, and I am not, I must admit, I was highly impressed by his defense last night, albeit against Atlanta. But that's the first time Atlanta has been shut out at home since 1988.
Yeah.
That's before the Georgia Dome. So they went all the way through the Georgia
They
Dome.
went to old Fulton County Stadium.
Right?
Yeah.
So they go all the way through the Georgia Dome era, and they don't get shut out.
Right.
Okay. That's impressive to me. I don't care what you say. And there was no Cordero Patterson, who arguably has been their MVP to date.
Yes.
So he's the impact player out of the backfield.
Right.
He can run it, and he can catch it and
Former
run with
Patriot.
it. Well, there you go. And they really missed him because they didn't seem to have any other firepower.
They don't. No Ridley.
Well, hey, we both love that kid they drafted out of Florida, but Kyle Pitts.
Coach Belichick is not going to let you beat him with one guy. He's not going to let that happen.
Three guys are on him, and you just can't get free.
Right.
And you can't force it to him because they're going to intercept it because that's what they do.
Yeah.
They now lead the league in picks, okay? No surprise.
Right.
Okay, so I love all that. So they've caught fire. They've won 5 straight and 6 of 7. That's after they lost their first 4 games at home. So defensively, he's the master. I've always said he's the greatest defensive coordinator ever. I don't think he's the greatest head coach ever because I think Tom Brady saved his bacon and helped him create the Patriot way, but we can go on and on about that. But would I love to see these two clash? Oh, would I? And I'm going to give it a little better chance because...
Let's hold off a year on that.
Okay. Well, do you think hold off a year?
Yeah. So
we want Brady to be 45.
No, I wanted to be on that network.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair. I'll buy that. What is it? I think it's on NBC.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I don't care. The sooner the better. And I still believe the Bucs are about to take off because we're almost to Thanksgiving. And I think those veterans, especially on the defensive side, are just buying time, trying to just keep it right here until we take it up because there's an extra game. There's 17 games.
Right.
And I think they're about to explode on the NFL.
Okay.
As is their 44-year-old quarterback. And we'll start seeing that on Monday night, obviously, against the Giants on Monday Night Football.
Okay.
The point is that now it comes back to a rookie quarterback. Can a rookie quarterback get them to the Super Bowl? Well, this is my big X factor if here. My gut tells me no way. So what is he doing better than anybody? He has already become the most efficient dink and dunker in pro football. There's nobody like him because everything is quick. I told you almost 50% of his throws are going behind the line of scrimmage or no more than 5 yards.
Yeah.
And it's precision. It's not well oiled. It is a sleek running machine where every route is so quick and they come open and he makes the right read very quickly and gets rid of the ball very quickly.
Well, he has to, Skip, because he can't get off script.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever you draw up, that's what he's running, Skip. Because you saw last night they brought the guy free. He's going down. Okay. He ain't getting off.
He made one throw against pressure, though, where he took it right in the mouth, and he still got it.
Yeah, he can throw it.
Okay.
But, Skip, if you look at him last year, what was he last year? He was throwing the ball 50 yards to Devontae. He throwing the ball 30, 40 yards to Jalen Waddle was there. Now, he's a shore fisherman.
Okay.
He's right there at the line of scrimmage.
And you know why they can get away with that? Because he's one high pick who came with zero ego.
Yes.
Like Trevor Lawrence, you can't say, Trevor, we're just going to throw 5-yard passes all day because he's like, I'm Trevor Lawrence, coach.
I'm the number one overall draft pick.
You remember what I used to do?
Right.
You know, I got to.
Right.
I think Justin Fields says, I'm Justin Fields.
Right.
I can wing it, man. I got a big arm. I think all of them, except for this guy, would not put up with this, but he's just saying, okay, they've convinced him this is the way we're going to do it, and watch how successful we are. So it wasn't until fairly late last night where they finally said, what do we have here? You know, this is 5:18 of the third quarter. He finally said, I'm going down the field, coach.
Is that the Hunter Henry?
Yeah, here's the one. It's a 1st and 10, Atlanta's 38. He throws a 25-yard pass that A.J. Terrell said, I got this.
2-by-1. Yeah, you overlap.
Okay. And it was his first 20-plus yard throw of the night, and fittingly maybe predictably, it got picked, right? That's not who he is. That's not what he does. He does not have a rifle. He does not have a bazooka. He does not have a cannon. But he's got a nice, accurate, underneath throwing arm, and he's got good instincts to do quick
He got one of them party guns, Skip, where and confetti comes out.
Well, there's a lot of confetti. Okay, yet and still, the reason I wasn't blown by my score is that the game kept just teetering at 10-0 for a long time, and then 13-0 all the way into the middle of the fourth quarter. And it looked like Atlanta was on the move to go in and score to cut it to 13-7, and we would have a ball game.
Skip.
And all of a sudden, Matt Ryan just throws one up for grabs, and Devin McCourty just cut across.
Skip, at no point in time did I feel that I was like, the Falcons are going to win this game.
Okay.
Skip, the Falcons aren't a very good football team.
Okay, let's go back to 2 plays then. I want to know what you were thinking. The first one comes with 7:16 left in the second quarter. It's 3rd and 1 at the New England 14. It's 10-0 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and 1 at the 14. And look what Matt Ryan does. He gets sacked for -9.
That's Matt Ryan.
What? You get sacked for -9 on, it was really 3rd and like a quarter of a yard.
Yeah.
It was very close.
Do you remember the Super Bowl?
What?
When they're in field goal range
Yeah, I do.
and he gets sacked and they're no longer in field goal range?
Matt Ryan, what are you thinking?
Being Matt
can't
Ryan?
do it. Just at least throw it away.
Thank
do something,
you.
get rid of the football.
A veteran quarterback,
At
an
least
MVP, former
At
MVP
least if it's
did that.
4th and a foot, maybe you can get 4th and a foot. I don't know.
If Mac Jones, if Trevor Lawrence make that play,
Yep.
Skip, I live with that. That's a rookie quarterback, but not a former MVP.
He's a
Not a guy
former
that's been in the
MVP.
league 13 years.
How can you do that? And then insult to injury, they make the 45-yard field goal off that.
Illegal
and they have
formation.
illegal formation, and it forces